Hi guys, my name is Caitlin Calloway. I am going to do an out-of-the-box video similar to the one I had before because I am choosing second grade ELAR, and I'm also selecting the topic of sight words. And so the TEKS are the same, and it says that students in second grade need to be able to identify and read 300 high-frequency words. And this activity I got was really cool. I found it on a website called Hooray for Full Day Kindergarten. This website is great. It has videos, it has links to other sites, it has printables, it has lesson plans. It's like the jackpot for kindergarten teachers. So the name of the activity is called Headhunters, and I think it's a great title because once I explain the activity, it just fits perfectly. So to prepare for the teachers actually need to type out the list of the students' names in the classroom with a corresponding line next to it. So it should look something like this. Okay, so you can see like the name of the student and then the corresponding line next to it. You can actually draw it if you want, but it's probably better if you type it because then you can make mass copies. And then you can laminate it to make sure it doesn't get ripped up. But the point is that you have to do that before the lesson, and then also you need to come up with a list of high frequency words for second graders. I came up with a couple, but the point is it doesn't matter which ones you use. You just have to make sure that the high frequency words is equal to the amount of students in the classroom. So if there's 10 students, there needs to be 10 high frequency words, and then same with anything else. So it should look something like this. So that's a high frequency word, deer. Okay, so I am going to instruct the students to and this is what she said. Apparently you lick the back of it and it's supposed to stick. I'm not really sure if that works or not, but if for some reason it doesn't, you can either have the students just hold it on their head while they're doing it, or you can ask permission make sure you ask permission from the parents and get their consent to just put a little scotch tape on there and just stick it to their head, just to be safe to ask. And then once it's on their foreheads, they're going to be scattered around the room, and they're going to actually take this piece of paper that you made, okay, and they're going to have a clipboard and a pencil. So they're going to go around the room, and they're going to go to usually it's the first name that they go to, but I mean some people are out of order. So the first name is Jeremy. So I would go up to Jeremy and look at the word that he has on his head. So if I'm Jeremy and I have the word people, okay, the person doing the writing is actually not going to tell, the idea is to not let the person know what's the word that's on their head, if that makes sense. So she's going to go down and she's going to write people right next to the name Jeremy. Okay? Right next to the word Jeremy. And then she's going to go on and go through all of the students. And at the end, there's a discussion from the teacher. But I think it's a really cool idea, and it actually falls really well into the ELPS, the English Language Proficiency Standards. Regarding listening, this is more difficult because you kind of have to adjust it to incorporate listening, because you're actually not supposed to say the words. You're not supposed to say the sight words of the student who has it, but you can make an exception to that rule. You can allow other students to collaborate with each other, and in that way, saying it out loud, another person would be able to hear it. With the speaking portion, at the end of the lesson or at the end of the activity, the teacher can go around and ask for volunteers for them to state the name of the student as well as the sight word that was on their head. And you can talk to the students about if they figured it out through process of elimination, their word, or if they didn't understand what that word was, or you can go over any kind of questions that you ask them. Regarding reading, obviously you have to read the word on the card. So the student would have to read, okay, well, I've seen that word before, deer. But instead of saying it out loud, they have to read it and actually understand what the word says, okay? Because they can't, if they don't read it, they can't write it. And then again, with the writing portion of the ELPS, the whole entire activity is centered around writing, because you have to write down the sight words for every single one. But I thought this was a really cool activity. It was fun, and I really believe that this is a language acquisition rather than language learning. Thank you.